Hello, and this question and answer, we're going to go over the difference between a good time release and parole release. Now, both of these forms of releases take place when someone is in jail and they serve a certain amount of their sentence. They can then be released. When they can be released is different, and what happens when they are released is typically different. So let me define the terms. What is good time? Good time is an acceleration of your sentence. In essence, the Department of Corrections says, hey, look, for every so many days you've served in jail, we're going to pretend you've served so many more days in jail because you've been a good prisoner. No write-ups, what have you. And the rate at which you earn good time is dependent upon what you are convicted of. As of today, if you are convicted of a nonviolent crime, you will earn your good time at 35%. So, for every 3.5 days, you might as well have served 10, okay? And then for crimes of violence, it's 75%. So for every 3 days, you basically are credited with serving 4. Now, what's parole? Parole is an early release based on good behavior, but you have to go through a review process. With good time, you're considered to have satisfied your sentence. On parole, you still have a balance of a sentence to do, but they're going to allow you to serve it outside the 4 walls of jail. And you're going to go up for a hearing. You're going to be able to show how you've been rehabilitated. The parole board is going to listen to what you have to say, what your lawyer has to say, what the DA, the sheriff, and any victims of your crime have to say. And they're going to go over your criminal history and your offense conduct at a real hearing. They'll take about a half hour. And once they make the decision, assuming they are going to release you, you are going to agree to certain conditions on your release, and that will include a supervisor. And if you mess up at any point on parole, you will go back before that board and back to jail to serve out the remaining part of your sentence. So in a typical case, good time is you've served your sentence. In a typical case, parole is you're just being released early, but you're going to serve your sentence on the street. Now there's a little bit of a hybrid. Some people who are released on crimes of violence or serious drug charges, they're released on good time as if on parole, which means that they are still going to be supervised for the balance of their accelerated sentence, okay? I kind of disagree with that policy. I've never really challenged it in court, but I kind of think if you served your sentence, you served your sentence, right? But that's a debate for a different day. There is one little caveat I want to say, and that's how the habitual offender bill affects both probation and parole. Well, not probation and parole, good time release and parole. Habitual offender adjudication is when you find out that someone has been convicted of another felony earlier and the state moves to enhance their sentence, requiring them to go to jail for a minimum term of imprisonment. When this happens, good time is eliminated. So if someone comes to jail as a habitual offender, their good time is eliminated in jail. It's called flat time. But good time does not eliminate your right to parole. So if you're otherwise parole eligible because of the statute and because of your criminal history, you can still be paroled even though you've been adjudicated a habitual offender, but you're just not going to earn any good time. So that's today's Q&A. If you have any questions, you can email me at the link below.